You won't be surprised to learn that most people aren't in good financial shape. In many cases, it's quite the opposite. They have poor money management skills. Their income isn't high enough or both. These statistics are worth noting so you don't become one yourself. Welcome to Cashflow Canvas, where we teach lessons about investment and money-saving techniques. If you want to make your financial future better, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel for the latest updates. People spend more money when using credit. Research shows that consumers spend significantly more money when making a purchase with their credit card than when paying for an item with cash, a tangible commodity with perceived value. When you spend cash, there is more emotion engaged in the transaction than inserting a piece of plastic and agreeing to figures on a computer. There is also a delay between when you spend the money and when the money is owed. You have the option of whether or not to pay it right away, which is part of the equation. For example, if something comes up and you don't have enough money to pay the bill in full, you can just make the minimum payment. The concept of credit card rewards is also carefully designed to increase spending. Card benefits justify spending more money or at least make the purchase sting a little less, resulting in more money spent without really noticing. 56% of Americans can't afford a $1,000 emergency. Only about 4 in 10 people in the United States actually have enough money to cover a $1,000 surprise expense, which means more money spent without really noticing. More than half of people would need to find alternative ways to pay for a car repair, unplanned doctor's visit, or other unforeseen expenses in these days of high inflation. $1,000 doesn't go very far when the average car repair is between $300 and $500, and a root canal could easily exceed $1,000 without insurance. According to the study by Bankrate, 20% of people surveyed would charge the expense to credit cards and try to pay the balance off over time, even if it meant paying a 20% interest rate. 15% of respondents would try to pay the balance off over time, even if it meant paying a 20% interest rate, come up with the money by cutting other expenses in their budget, and 10% would borrow it from friends or relatives. With the present high cost of living, it's not unexpected that some people have nothing left over at the end of the month to put into savings. Hitting buy on an average income isn't easy considering the high cost of housing, cars, groceries, and other everyday expenses. For example, the median national rent of about $2,000 per month is a lot for the average family to handle. In addition to these high everyday expenses, many people don't even realize that they should be putting money away or how much they should set aside. It's normal to disregard saving and investing as a priority, so it's thrown under the rug until the issue of a lack of saving appears later in life. The biggest difficulty with postponing the act of investing for retirement is that you're squandering essential time that could be spent elsewhere, used to dramatically build your money. Each year that you do not begin to invest is a missed chance. Last year, only 22% of Americans nearing retirement said they had enough money to retire. This year, the percentage of working Americans nearing retirement who felt financially prepared to do so has fallen to 22%. According to Schroders' U.S. retirement survey, there are a lot of anxieties about the financial part of retirement, and rightly so. 40% of Americans intend to work until they die. Most people go to work practically every day of their lives, fantasizing about the possibility of retirement, but a sizable proportion of Americans do not. They don't believe they'll ever have enough money to retire. Instead, they believe they'll work until they die or until they're too sick to work, which is a pleasant concept. What happens if you are unable to work but your bills must be paid? Move in with family members if possible. That option and burden them for the remaining time is a terrible scenario for your remaining years. While there are some advantages to remaining in the workforce as you age, working keeps you busy with structure and a schedule, which means you'll enjoy your time off that much more. You don't want this to be your only option. It doesn't have to be $9,260, which is the average credit card balance. According to WealthHub, the average household has nearly $10,000 in credit card debt. Consumers may perceive purchases made on credit as free money because they do not appear to be spending, yet credit card debt is undoubtedly a form of debt. Some of the worst debt a person can have because there is no collateral, and the interest rates are insanely high. When making a minimum payment, the debt is nearly impossible to pay off completely, resulting in seemingly never-ending payments. Using credit cards isn't a bad thing if you commit to paying the balance in full every month, not buying anything you wouldn't pay cash for. 44% of retirees reported that their expenses were more than planned. It's tough to forecast how much money you'll spend if you retire. One of the main reasons people overestimate how much they'll spend is that they believe their expenses will decrease once they retire. However, your lifestyle and bills will not be the same as they were when you were working because you'll have more leisure and travel time, and healthcare costs are likely to rise. Although expenses are lower than they were previously, the fact that over half of retirees miscalculated their living costs should have you sharpening your pencil. This result should come as no surprise because knowing how much you'll spend as a retiree is likely the most challenging aspect of retirement planning. 37% haven't done any retirement planning. A proper retirement plan is critical to success, but many people fail to plan at all. One reason for this could be that determining how much money is needed to retire is overwhelming for those who know little to nothing about the topic. How is someone who isn't well-versed in the topic supposed to know about withdrawal rates, taxes, healthcare expenses, and types of retirement accounts? Using a 4% safe withdrawal rate, a $500,000 portfolio will only produce about $20,000 per year in income, which is hardly enough to fund a bare-bones lifestyle. Approximately 1/4 of people expect to accumulate $1 million. So many people are falling behind when it comes to financial planning. These eye-opening statistics should have you thinking carefully about your future. Thankfully, you aren't destined to be broke forever. You can avoid becoming one of these statistics by being responsible with your money, figuring out how to get more money, and investing consistently and responsibly. As we conclude, I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope you found value in this video and learned something new, and I look forward to seeing you in our future videos. I would deeply value it if you could like this video and subscribe to our channel. Your support will help us to create more valuable content, and we can work together to secure your financial future. What are the key takeaways from this video that you can share in the comment section?